Hello and welcome to Points of Interest. I'm one of your hosts, Jake, along with my co-host James over here.
Hey guys.
If you're new to the show, each week we collect video game news and stories from around the internet, bring them here in a nice little package for your viewing and listening pleasure. If you want to get the show in audio form, you get it on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Stitcher and Google Play. I was trying to do it from memory, which is just a mistake every time.
That's good.
If you want to watch it, like you're doing now maybe, you can get it on YouTube and VidMe and Facebook.
Yep.
So we put all the videos there. Follow us on Twitter at IRGames. Stay up to date with what we're doing. We'll tweet out links and tweet out stories and questions and surveys and love and happiness and all the things right with the world.
Wow. Boy, don't forget to breathe.
I'm like putting up a good. I'm setting a high mark.
You had
for
your cup of coffee before you came here, huh?
He didn't have had caffeine for. I guess it's a lie. I had a Mountain Dew yesterday,
You sinner.
but other than that, I hadn't had a caffeine since last Monday.
He's showing off. That's not fair.
Well, I have my own reasons. But moving on to the first segment, which is not really a question this week, because what have you been playing lately, James?
Destiny.
That's the same thing I've been playing lately.
Look at that. I've been trying to press A over here ever since I queued it up
it's
in
an
the
Xbox
PowerPoint.
screenshot.
Yeah, I know.
love it.
I didn't
Oh, well.
notice it until I just pulled it up now. I'm kind of sad about it. But this is the title screen.
For a second there, I
It's
thought
the
you
same
just took a
stories
screen
away.
cap of your own.
It
like,
would have
home
probably,
screen.
it might have been a better idea, but we're here. My share button isn't working. It's weird. Anytime I go to share something, ever since I added that that other account to the PlayStation, it just gives me an error every time I hit the share button.
Really.
Yeah. So whatever. I have like 3 things I want to share. Can't share them. So I think I know how to fix it.
I have
haven't taken the
one
time.
that I need to tweet out
Yeah.
because it's a glitch. It just looks funny.
Oh yeah, you were
Let's-
telling me about it.
Yeah, because it's just got like a face and arm sticking out of the wall. I'm just like,
Yeah, we play a lot of Destiny 2.
yes, we do, because we played a lot of Destiny 1, and we were looking forward to this quite a bit.
Yeah, he's already got like
I've got 2 characters over level 20. My
Yep.
hunter's at like 220 something power level, I think.
my warlock is level 20 and then 235.
Okay,
After
yeah,
the stuff
it's in
I did
that
this morning.
same
Yeah, we're right in the same
vein
place.
of yours. Last time I remember looking.
And then
it
you've
was-
got your
I have a warlock over level 20.
Yep.
So it's in like the 170s
for
power.
reference, level 20 is the max.
Yeah. So
we
if you
just
haven't
have
played
gone past
Destiny,
20.
you know what? We're gonna talk about it later.
We are.
As a topic, let's not get started now, or we will talk for an
That's
hour
right.
about Destiny.
Well, we've started all 3 characters. We have
Yes.
played a ton. We beat story. It's just like the
So
surface.
good.
We've scratched the surface. It's all we're gonna be playing for a
Yes.
while. So I'm sorry if you don't like Destiny.
Yep. It was a surprise and not a surprise, and all things right. And speaking of surprises, James,
Mm.
there could be Switch shortages this holiday. What? Hands up. Who's surprised? Oh, weird. Oh, hang on. Is there somebody in the back?
Bam.
Nope. Nobody in the back. No one's surprised by this at all.
You guys see that? This is really. I'm proud of it.
For those of you just
personally.
listening, we have a cool graphic, and you should go watch it on
You should.
YouTube.
I'm not gonna spoil it
Check
for
it
you.
out.
You need
No.
you need to see it.
It's pretty great. Anyways, article over on GameSpot. I got this one. Nintendo cannot guarantee that there will be enough Switch units in the marketplace this holiday season to meet demand. Executive Reggie Fils-Aimé said during a recent speaking event. Now Fils-Aimé provided some further context about what he called choke points in the manufacturing chain. The executive told Financial Times that the supply chain for Switch is complex, adding that there are multiple components that could be choke points. The Financial Times quote analysts in Japan who call out one company in particular, Alps Electric, which make components for the Joy-Con controllers. So Joy-Cons are what's slowing down Switch production in general.
They also make Alps Electric also makes a ton of touchpads. Like if you have a touchpad, chances are it's either a Synaptic or an Alps.
Oh.
Fun fact.
There you go.
There you go.
Check that out. Last month, a Nintendo spokesperson said, quote, "We're doing everything we can to make sure everyone who wants to buy a Switch system can do so," end quote. Adding that the company will, quote, "ramp up production for the holiday period," end quote. Yeah. What do you think about this,
Why
James?
is this still a thing? Why
Exactly.
Why I get that it's not just like 2 companies involved and Nintendo calls somebody and says make more parts and then that's it. It's not.
Yeah, but that's
I know there's a huge chain of command, but it should have been 1 week in. Oh, we messed up. Everybody triple everything or quadruple everything or whatever. Make many more than you're making now. And then that's it. It should have taken a few months maybe to filter down through all the suppliers and all the parts makers.
Yeah.
But it should not have taken 6 months to get to the point where we're still at the same point we were.
Yeah, it's like Nintendo's not the only console manufacturer out there making consoles for millions of people.
Right.
Talk to Sony, they've sold 54 million of them. And I know it's different, but how different is it? Like,
I
they
mean,
got to
it
put out a
can't be that
high-powered
different.
computer versus a tablet. And I had heard at one point that the Switch was competing with parts for like iPhone.
I mean,
was
I
competing with
believe
Apple
it.
for some
It's-
parts.
It's got to be competing with a lot of mobile parts. I mean, it's just that's how it is. Maybe
Yeah.
Wi-Fi radios and stuff are pretty similar.
Yeah.
The circuit boards are going to be
But-
similar sizes.
The problem, I mean, it's kind of a cry wolf situation at this point,
Yeah.
because since the launch, if you haven't listened to like episodes like 10 through 15 of this show, I'm not sure those are the exact ones, but it's the same problem we had when the Switch launched
Yeah.
in March.
Back in March.
It's just like, but the problem is they've done it since the launch of the Super Nintendo back in
Right.
the early 90s. It's just,
We've
okay,
always had
they
this problem.
intentionally put out a console shortage. It's like false shortage. There's a name for it that's slipping my mind.
Yeah.
But it creates false demand for supply that they have. They're just not putting out there.
Right.
And the idea is that there's no units on the shelves collecting dust, not making money,
Mm-hmm.
which works in most places.
Yeah.
But in a market where everyone wants a Switch,
Mm-hmm.
and every time you put switches out there, they go away,
Yeah.
you could be making more.
It's hard to say. Like it's really hard. Maybe they pushed back on their vendors and their suppliers, and they said, "Look, we can't do it right now. We don't have the supplies to do it. We don't have the ability. We don't have the funds. Whatever it is." So maybe they said, "Let's plan on bumping everything up for holiday season. By then, we can get all our ducks in a row. We can get everything set up and
Yeah.
and ready." I was like, maybe that's it. And so maybe they actually will be ramping up for holiday, and we'll see this issue finally go to rest. But it's like at this point, how many people are just foregoing getting a Switch because they couldn't get one and they've been trying for 6 months? Like, oh, that's not even worth it at this point. You've been
Yeah.
pulling your hair out for it. Just whatever. I'm just not
There's
gonna
got
get
to
one.
be, and I know it's probably not like a huge sizable chunk of
Yeah.
the audience, but there's got to be people out there that are like, I'm not buying a Switch, I'm not buying a Nintendo, anything ever, because they've been sitting here for 6 months going, oh, we can't make more, we can't make more, we can't make more.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, for month 1 and 2 and 3 and getting into 4, it's like, okay, I can believe that excuse.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
Yeah.
6 months in hoping to ramp up by the holiday period, like no. You
Yeah.
should be ramping up now.
Yeah, it should already be done.
Because guess what, guys? It's September,
Yeah.
and holiday period pretty much starts next month.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have. There needs to be consoles constantly on the shelf next month. I
Yeah.
think there has to be if they're going to be ready for that. Maybe November. Maybe you could push back till then. You could throw out some good bundles. They haven't really had a lot of bundles. They
Yeah.
haven't had a lot of stuff. I mean, Mario Odyssey's coming
so
out.
you should think
next
by like
month.
Black Friday they should have.
When Mario Odyssey
bundles.
comes out, they need to have Switches on the shelf and they need to have bundles with games that people want to play. Like that's the only way they can fix it. Like, it's great that everyone wants your console. It's doing well. Games are looking well. There's things that aren't perfect about it, but people want to buy it, and so Nintendo just needs to shut up and let them buy it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm tired of the lip service from it. Yeah, we already got ours, which is great, but how many more people could be getting it that just haven't been able to find
Well,
it?
like we run into
So-
I think a scenario that some people don't get to, because I listen to some podcasts with some guys out in San Francisco,
Mhm.
and there are none out there because it's more densely populated in San Francisco than it is in Omaha, Nebraska.
Right.
So when one lands in Omaha, like it could land at several stores and be here for a minute, but there's like towns out in Wyoming taking pictures like, yeah, there's like 10 Switches on the shelf here, and people are like, we want those, and so like the guy's like, oh, just buy them and turn them to us
Yeah.
for the cost it take to ship, or maybe put on some to go out for dinner.
Yeah.
Like there's a part of me that's like, if I saw a Switch, yeah, I'll buy it and like try and sell it to somebody on the coast, and just
Right.
like people out there want it, you just send it to the wrong freaking places.
Yeah, I think maybe part of it might be Nintendo just being a Far Eastern culture kind
Yeah.
of thing, and they are maybe a little bit out of touch. I think that shows with their Nintendo Online crap and just how they do certain things with it. So maybe that's just like part of the culture they don't understand. But Japan was having stock
Yeah.
issues too for a while. So I don't know. There's not a good answer. I check every time I go to a store, whether it's Walmart or Target or Best Buy, because I just want to know. I look, and most of the time there's not. If there is, there's one, and it's gray.
Yeah.
It's never the red and blue one. Those are never there.
Yeah, we lucked out
Yeah, we did.
that.
To be able to find two of them in the same Walmart the same morning.
That was a crazy morning. Yeah, but I do the same thing.
Yeah, you didn't have to call in to work 45 minutes late because you're buying video games.
It happened to be next to my work. But since we got our Switches, I think I've seen them in stores one more time.
Yeah.
And I saw one at a Best Buy, the same situation. One at a Best Buy, it was the gray one.
Yeah.
Just like,
Very brief. You would think like when ARMS came out, there would be something. You would think when some of the other bigger games this summer came out, there would be like a surge of them. Just Not really. Maybe there has been, and we just haven't been looking enough. But I don't think that's the case.
Yeah,
I think it's just
Yeah, we kind of live in the bigger hubs of
it's
Omaha.
it's unacceptable at this point for a major company to not be able to produce a console 6 months later. So that's
Very well
that's-
could be at this point that it is a problem. They don't have enough things, and there's a guy feeding the same mind like, I need more, I need more, I need more,
yeah.
and there's not rolling.
I
out.
mean, I can't imagine they're
But-
doing this on purpose at this point. 3
Yeah.
months in, that would have probably been like, okay, we probably need to stop, guys. I think now it really is like there's something going on, or they just undersold it, or they ramp it up and it's just not working. It's just not enough. Maybe they still are undershooting expectations. But Nintendo has never been a transparent company, so we're never going to know. We're never
No.
going to hear an explanation. Just eventually, we'll see Switches on the shelves, and that'll be that. That'll be the last we hear about it. So it's fine. I maybe it's impacting the Switch. Maybe they have people in marketing and research that say it doesn't impact it. Whatever.
who knows?
Not my thing.
Hopefully, it's a change of
It's just annoying.
ways that Nintendo does things from now on when they launch their next console.
That's
To
what we
be-
say every console or every
You just
time
hope
they
so.
do something. Like
you think they'd
"Damn,
learn from the Wii U, with the failure of a console, be like, all right, false demand doesn't work, especially if the console isn't good. but-
it's a big deal."
Moving on
Moving on.
to the top selling games
Mhm.
on the PSN for August 2017.
Boom.
Found this article also over at GameSpot. So
It's good to get ideas of what's selling and what's not.
Yeah, it's cool. I always hear these lists, and I'm like, where do they find them? And then I'm like, oh,
Google.
Google. I just found this scrolling through GameSpot.
I just throw through it. Nice.
2 or 3 times a week, I'm scrolling through all these websites, and like, I don't need movie reviews. I don't need reviews in progress. Oh, look. There you go, kids. Now you can do a podcast.
Reviews in progress. It's kind of like you're doing your job halfway. Yay!
I think those are just called Let's Plays, not videos. All right. So for the U.S., top PSN sales for the PS4. Number 1, we have Madden NFL 18.
Not a
No
surprise
surprises
at
there.
all. Yep. This is now. No, this doesn't include Destiny sales.
No, this is
Before
August.
that. Yeah, this is back in. It was August 20th, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is August and maybe the back half of July.
Yep.
Maybe. So
Mhm.
a month, mostly August. Number 2, we have Hellblade. It's the newest Sacrifice.
Yep.
So that's cool to see that one up there.
Yep.
Really high.
Not a huge surprise, but it's good.
Not a
to
huge
see it
surprise, but it's cool to
nonetheless.
see. Sonic Mania coming in at number 3,
That's kind of a
which is
surprise.
kind of cool. Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, for as cheap as it is,
$20 indie game. I didn't buy it on PSN, so I'm not part of that number.
it's so weird to call it an indie game nowadays. Like that used to just be.
Like, yeah,
was
it
Sonic.
technically is an indie game.
It was like Sonic. Like it's Sonic.
Yeah.
It's Sonic. But
There-
it's
There is
you know,
part
it's
of
not
me.
like a AAA. It's not a major studio. I mean, Sega. It's weird to not think of them as like a major AAA studio anymore.
Yeah, well, when your when your pillar is Sonic,
Not to poo-poo Sonic. We love Sonic.
no,
He's
yeah,
a great guy.
We like this Sonic.
He's fun to
The
hang out
3D
with.
Sonic can go away. No, but it was funny, like, because I have Sonic Mania on my Switch.
Yeah.
And I had Sonic 2 on PC back in the day.
Yeah.
And whenever
good
you'd
one.
pull up the thing, it'd pop up and go Sega.
Yeah.
And I'm so sad it doesn't do that.
It doesn't do that.
Not to my
Oh,
knowledge, I had the volume up. I didn't hear it, and I might have missed it. And I've only,
Killer.
I mean, I've booted it up several times, but
Brutal.
I did run into a weird issue. I don't know if it's a Sonic Mania thing or my Switch thing.
Yeah.
But I went to like shut off my Switch or go to the home screen or whatever. And I like held the home button and
Mhm.
it pulls up the little menu on the side.
Yeah.
And then I went to move on the menu and it was controlling the game behind it.
Oh my goodness! Come
And I
on.
was like, I couldn't do anything on the menu that was now just on the screen. I'm like,
That's
what the heck? And I
annoying.
was holding the power button. It wasn't hard resetting. And I'm like, do I gotta sit there and wait for this thing to die? And after like the second or third time trying to like hold the button and do like a
Yeah.
hard reset, it finally just like, pew!
Jeez.
It's just like,
Did you try to do it again just to reproduce it, or
no, I haven't tried again yet.
that's fair?
So I was putting it
That's
down,
probably a good
and I've
idea.
had Destiny 2 since then. So.
That's true.
Um,
All right.
coming in at number 4, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Not a big surprise.
They had a content update.
They had a big. I mean, season 2 started a couple months ago.
Yeah.
They had a big sale going on with all the stuff from season 1 and stuff for season 2. They had a big content update here just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think it was right after these sales happened. So the game went on sale, and you know,
I'm expecting to see this game up there for a while.
expectation for this. Yeah, I mean, it's been
Good
up.
competitive game.
It's been up in the top 10, top 20 ever
Yeah.
since its release. It's been. I mean, it's probably the best Rainbow Six you've ever had. If you like Rainbow Six,
Yeah.
it's a very different kind of game.
We're really bad at it.
were awful.
We could probably be really good at it if we spent a lot of time.
I spent a
playing
lot of
it,
time with it. Maybe played with a couple others. If it wasn't just the two of us and some randoms.
learning the characters, because it's kind of like a hero-based shooter.
A little
on
bit,
a
yeah.
certain level.
It is. I mean, there's certain perks and certain things you have with those
Yeah.
people, and they
Defense
work
characters and
certain ways.
whatnot,
It's a little bit like Overwatch in that respect.
just a
and
small bit.
Only that respect.
If
but, like,
Overwatch
each
was
character plays
slow.
different. Yeah, I mean, if Overwatch is slow
And not an arena shooter. At all.
military shooter without like a bunch of colors,
Yep. Coming in at number 5, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. So
makes sense.
I hear it's good. I hear it's
Sure
more
it's-
Uncharted.
I'm sure it's great.
So it's getting praise and
I do
hate
want
for
it.
that.
Maybe I'll play it in 2019 when I'm done with Destiny.
I know, right? Maybe we'll play it in 2019, 2020.
Depends on the DLC.
Right.
Destiny.
Coming in number 6, which is less a surprise every time we see it, Grand Theft Auto 5.
I don't know why it's still here. I don't
Because
get it.
online updates, like every month or two.
But
or-
who is buying it that doesn't already have it? Like, there's
I don't know.
gotta be running out of people to have it. Like, I don't have it. I'm not buying it. So who else is left?
I have it. I don't play it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like it's great that it's working. I'm just really surprised that it keeps
I think
selling.
the thing is,
so
like,
well.
there's the achievement hunters of the world, and I say achievement hunters, it's achievement hunter, like, has a Grand Theft Auto series that they every Monday on YouTube. There's a Grand Theft Auto video.
yeah.
So achievement hunter and Funhouse, and I'm sure tons of others, like Grand Theft Auto every week, and so like a new person pops in and says, "Oh, that game looks really fun," buys Grand Theft Auto. I don't think that's I can hardly imagine
Right.
that generates this many sales, but hot
It's
dang.
just insane. It's insane that
It's
it
how I
just keeps
see all the
selling.
new content. I'm like, good lord, they put out a lot of sweet content for free.
Yep. All their stuff's for free.
So
which is
cool.
nice.
Number 7, Friday the 13th.
Why? Why are people still buying this?
I don't know.
Is it still broken?
They had a free weekend. No, I think it's less broken, but it's still unbalanced, but in a way that everybody accepts now.
Yeah,
There was a free weekend that I
good for
think we
it, I guess.
missed. I think it was the end of
yeah, I think
August.
so.
Actually, I think it might be in October. That would make more sense.
I don't know. Either way, I'm not playing it.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I would try it if it was free,
Maybe.
like for a free.
I'd rather
weekend.
try Dead by Daylight as opposed to Friday
True.
13th.
Coming in at number 8, Undertale. Just released on
Okay. I
consoles.
mean, it was new release
Yeah, I
there.
don't- I don't
It was a couple weeks
really
ago.
know anything about Undertale. So moving
Yeah,
on,
it's
number
weird.
9, Minecraft. Still, again, if you don't have
Why?
it, who's buying this game?
Yeah, who's missing out and be like, oh, man, I never heard about Minecraft.
I guess they did just release or they're gonna release Minecraft Friends or Worlds or whatever it was. They announced at E3.
but
Again,
PlayStation 4
who
is
doesn't
like
own it already?
syncing with everybody already. So they're like in their own little sphere. I don't know.
whatever.
Weird.
EA Sports UFC 2.
Yeah, that's
Didn't even know it was
that's a
out
little
there.
harken back there. That one hasn't been relevant for
I wonder if there was
a solid minute.
Yeah. Number 11, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Yep.
No surprises there. Number 12, Rocket League.
Okay.
It's crazy to see Rocket League charting this far out.
Still, I mean, it's been what, 2 years? Yeah, 2-3 years now.
2015.
Yep.
We
We haven't paid a cent for it.
Truth. Number 13, Need for Speed.
Oh, the 2015 one. Yeah, the one that came out
Yeah.
alongside like the movie.
Yeah,
Both were critically panned because they sucked.
for good reason. They were not good.
Sorry, Mom, they blew. I'll tell you that
I would
later.
be really surprised if she was watching the show, if she is a ginger. Number 14, Lawbreakers. I don't know anything about Lawbreakers.
I mean,
I've seen
it's
things for it
fun.
here and there.
I had fun playing it. Problem is, it doesn't stand out enough in the genre. I think Overwatch is just so dominant in a arena
Yeah, man.
hero-based
If you're trying to put out a
shooter.
hero-based
It's
shooter
just-
right now, you're going to lose.
It's not
Sorry
a good
about
time. Like, it's cool. The gravity concept is pretty unique. You have some places where there's basically no gravity, float around, ton of different like movement stuff. The characters all feel really different. Like
Yeah.
not, when in a lot of these hero-based shooters where it's all basically the same. They all feel really different and really fun to play with. But it's not my cup of tea, personally.
Yep. Number 15, Absolver.
I don't know. I've seen a little bit on PC.
I glanced around at this. I didn't look at it too much.
Yeah.
Number 16, For Honor. Makes sense. They just did a big content push as well, a new season.
Yep, dedicated servers coming
Yep,
soon.
dedicated servers. Number 17, Life is Strange Before the Storm. That just released, so that's actually charting kind of low.
Yeah, I mean
But it's also a pretty niche game.
a lot
Well,
of
not-
people also like to wait for all the episodes to come out.
Yeah.
This is just the one
I
episode.
was trying to- episode 1, I guess. Would be
I just don't really see the
good-
draw for it. They've already said that you don't have the same powers that you do in
I've heard it's really good.
Life is Strange. What's the draw? Like, I already know how both of their stories end because I played Life is Strange.
Yeah.
And they told me about the relationship like in the game. So what's left for me to find out? So they didn't really sell me on that. I'm more excited for when they come out with Life is Strange too, because they confirmed they're working on it. Should be out next year.
I'm trying to think of like a
That would be
prequel
nice.
movie that we love more than we like the
Star
first
Wars
one.
Episode 1.
Oh, totally.
Clearly.
That's it right there.
Almost as good as Star Wars Episode 2,
Ooh.
but not quite. Attack of the Clones is where it's at, man. They just get into that galactic trade policy. Oh,
Boy,
there's nothing better than sitting in a galactic Senate meeting. Oh,
love watching that. Huge.
All right, what else we got?
Number 18, The Evil Within, which has been out for a minute as well.
I mean, probably I would think a spike in sales because the second one's coming to. It was at E3 coming out
Yeah.
in a month or two.
I wonder if there was also like a flash sale on it or something.
Probably it's probably like $6
Yep.
and a part of your soul.
Number 19, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered.
Oh yeah, they broke it
Yeah,
apart.
they
a
released
few
that to
months
be its
ago.
own game. Yep. And then number 20, Overcooked.
They had a big sale on it. They keep having sales on it. It was like they had they had the Christmas edition, which had the gourmet edition stuff, and then the Christmas pack. It was
Yeah.
$8. $8. So we got
That's
it.
very nice.
Yeah, we've been playing through it. We're on the last boss.
Oh, right, because you didn't. I bought it.
Yeah, you bought.
I
it.
had it. We were
yeah,
doing
I've
stuff
been
with
playing
it.
through
That's
with my
right.
wife because we were gonna get it on the Switch, but it's not $8
The
on the
Switch
Switch,
version,
and
and
the
also
Switch
the
is
Switch version
still
sucks.
broken right now.
Yeah.
So we've been playing it, and well, the last level's hard.
I bet.
The spaghetti monster. Oh man. Oh, it really takes everything you learn throughout the game.
That's
So I know that that's U.S. sales. I don't know
Yep.
if we said at the beginning. So the U.K. slightly different. We don't have to read them all, but what are some
Yeah.
of the
good.
differences?
We'll go through
for
UK. Like number 1, Hellblade.
Right. I mean, they
without
wouldn't
the
have.
competition of Madden.
Yeah, Madden wasn't at all in the top 20, which is no surprise.
But why?
There's like 65 American football fans in the UK, I think.
But Horizon Zero Dawn comes in at number 5 in the UK.
Yep.
Wolfenstein: The New Order comes in at number 6. So that's.
I
I
mean,
mean, that's there.
to me, I think like, oh well, it was at the second game's at E3, so
Yeah.
interest spikes.
There's some
in it.
little
Maybe they
things.
had a sale in the UK that we didn't have here.
Yeah, they might have. FIFA 17 coming in at number 11.
Yep. That's
Uh,
pretty typical over there.
Makes sense. Mortal Kombat XL coming in at 12. Last of Us Remastered at 13. City Skylines at 14. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor at 15. Black Ops 3 at 16. Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront. Yep.
Weird.
Dude, I get on. I feel like every time I'm on my PlayStation, I see people like Black Ops 3.
Well, the big zombie content update that they had was pretty cool. Like
Yeah,
when
but
all
we've
the
had,
zombies remastered.
It's like 2
but-
different Call of Duty since then, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
because
because we had Infinite Warfare, and now we're
well, you
I guess
had
we're not.
Advanced Warfare.
Advanced
after Black
Warfare,
Ops
and
3.
then we've had Infinite Warfare,
yeah,
and the next one's coming out in 2 months.
yeah. I don't know. It's-
Whatever.
You know,
Black-
you
Call
know,
of Duty
that's,
people get hooked on their game.
that's fine. Whatever.
Star Wars Battlefront coming in at 17. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt coming in at 18. Friday the 13th at 19. And then Borderlands The Anthem Collection at 20.
Wow, I haven't seen that one on the charts in a
No.
day. Yeah, that's it's always interesting to see the difference between the UK and the US charts. If it's not interesting, let us know. We won't do that, but we enjoy doing that.
Yeah,
So
it's cool to see.
fun little bit.
We got
So-
pretty into that.
Yeah, we did.
I'm okay with it.
Yep.
But moving on
Moving
to a new Battlefield 1 game mode, multiplayer mode.
Boom.
Article comes to us from Eurogamer. So we get a new Battlefield multiplayer mode. It's called Incursion.
Incursions. It's behind Jake's head if you need to see it. See, it's
I don't know if you can read that.
all right. You can zoom in. Pinch and zoom.
I don't think that works on YouTube.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But
It would be funny to watch people trying. Just, like sitting there on their phones, like, it doesn't work. Those guys lied to me.
view time just stops right there in the middle. Like, I don't know what happened, but everybody clicked out of the video then.
Dropped off.
So it's 2 teams set up across a dense, roughly domination-sized map with 3 control points. 1 near spawn points at each end, already captured by the respective team, kind of like Destiny.
Yep, pretty typical.
And 1 captured in the center. Center spelled with an E. Eurogamer.
Hey, there you go.
Just, I didn't like catch that until I'm reading it out loud. Like, oh, it's weird. With the goal of accumulating enough points to win a round and winning enough rounds to win the game. So, one change of this mode is it's not 64 people.
Right.
It's 10.
It's
It is
5v5.
5v5.
Yep.
So,
Small maps. Domination is not the huge maps. It's the very small portions
like
of
a
the
chunk.
conquest. It's when
yeah, it's like
you're
a chunk of like the operations map, like a middle.
Yep.
No, it's not even that big.
yeah, it's 3 points, so it's just big enough to hold
I
the
guess
3 points.
It's a chunk of a section of the operations map. Small sliver of it.
Yeah.
So the classes for each team are fixed.
Yeah.
So this is kind of Battlefield's push in kind of like the esports hero shooter
Yep.
style of things. Each team is fixed with 1 player per role, and thanks to some rejigging of the Incursion's specific abilities, they take quite drastically different responsibilities to a usual match. There are 5 available in our time.
In
There were
Eurogamer's
5.
time.
Eurogamer saw the game.
We
Sorry.
didn't get to play it.
That's right. There were 5 available In our time with the game, a squad leader, a vehicle operator, and 3 variations of soldier, mortar support, AT assault, and trench surgeon, and nothing else. That means there's only 1 sniper on each team, 1 player capable of both driving and repairing a singular vehicle, 1 medic, and so on.
Yeah.
So I think this is awesome.
It's beautiful.
It's
what it
for the
should be.
reason he points out in the next paragraph. No longer having to worry about typical battlefield annoyances like 20 of your 32 teammates trying to snipe from the same hill immediately lends you a greater sense of tactical control than a regular battlefield mode.
Yep.
And as soon as I read that the classes are fixed, I was like, I'm in.
Done. I'm sold. I
Later,
might have to stop Destiny for a few minutes and go try it out.
later in the article, he points out the squad leader is the scout class. Squad leader has a sniper rifle. So that guy, you can only spawn on your squad leader.
Ooh.
So that guy's got some decisions to make
Yeah.
on where he's going to be. Because if he sits back like too far with the sniper rifle, he's no use to his teammates. But if he's too close, his rifle's no good. Yep.
I like it.
So your medics got to be really paying attention because they got to think about when they're going to heal people, how they're going to heal people.
Right.
Because they don't want to die. Like they need to be alive in there. And your driver's got to think because as soon as that thing blows up, no one else can fix it.
Yeah.
Now, if you move it up and it blows up, you can use it for cover and you can be fixing it and whatever.
Still.
But it's just like each character needs to play their role.
Yeah.
And so that makes it a little bit more, Rainbow Six Siege.
You don't
a
have
little bit more
20 of your
Overwatch.
32 players sitting on a hill sniping from the same spot.
Exactly.
Like that.
You got to be thinking more tactically in
Yeah.
this game, which is kind of what pushes it in the esports realm of like,
Right.
okay, you don't just get to hop in, like some Joe off the street. Like we hopped into the Call of Duty private beta last weekend,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago,
Something like that.
sometime within the last couple weeks. And we can hop in, not having played Call of Duty for several months, and still hop in and do relatively well.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time with Call of Duty in the past, and that helps, it's just like rewarming up old muscles, and then you just hop in and play. And I feel like this is good. This
Yeah.
is a lot more communications based. It's a lot more
It is.
like thinking and work involved.
It is, and I think it's something that Battlefield 1, I think, or Battlefield in general, has always strived to be, and people kind of devolve into their own things. It makes me think a little bit of Overwatch when you're spawning in and you've got this set. Like you could see what everyone's picked. And it's like, hey, we
Yeah.
have too many tanks, we have too many defensive guys, or too many healers, or whatever. Now that doesn't like force you to do something, but it's that same kind of concept. Makes me think of Evolve. You remember that ill-fated
Yeah.
game? But it forced you. It's like you have these 4 roles. Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
And
You don't
that's
get to
what
pick.
you have to do.
I do wonder, like,
I mean,
if
you
pick
could,
the role.
I think you could pick.
Like this guy
I'm
picks
sure
is like, I'm gonna be the squad leader, and they ding. All right, the squad leader's out. You can't
Yeah.
pick that class now.
I don't know. I would assume they would. It'd be weird if it was random generated. Maybe it'd be cool. I don't know. Maybe there will be a couple options. So
Yeah.
my question is Incursion's coming to just the season pass, the premium owners, or is it coming to everybody?
That's
That's what I would imagine it comes to everyone.
a good question.
Premium probably just gets it.
I'm gonna like
sooner
crack
or
open this
something.
article. I don't remember seeing anything for it.
Yeah,
but-
I would assume it's free for everybody.
I think it'd be cool
Only
if it
when they
was.
add stuff
if
to
not, like it might. I mean, probably won't buy it.
I can't say it's worth getting premium. Is so expensive.
Yeah,
and
no.
it's, the way that premium is set up, it kind of fragments the player base a little more. The problem that I've been reading about, because I was thinking about it, because they had like Battlefield 1, when we had Battlefield 1 on sale, I was looking at getting the premium pass, and everything I read was that the problem was that the queues were empty, and that the people that had premium weren't queuing into like the premium specific things all the time, and therefore like the maps were just dead. So it was everyone I've seen says like don't even bother purchasing it. It took so long to have like their first
Yeah.
DLC. I think they just released the second one, or they're getting ready to. But it's been a pain. I got to do. They had a premium trial 3 or 4 weeks
Oh yeah,
ago,
yeah.
which was really cool because I got to see all the stuff. What stunk is that all the experience you got while playing those maps like was
Doesn't
locked.
count toward your character.
But once
Yeah.
you bought premium, it would give you all that experience. I'm like,
did it give it to
"Man."
you at a discount?
No,
I feel like that's usually how it goes. with
maybe
those,
it
like,
did. I
free
just,
weekends. It's
I
like,
didn't bother to
play
look.
for free, and then
Mm.
like it's like all right,
30% off.
yeah. So yeah, first one's free.
Yeah, I didn't honestly look to see because I knew I wasn't going to buy it because I knew that it was not. I don't invest enough time in it to justify it. I would
It's
say.
true. We don't. It was fun, and we spent several hours in it. Looks like, according to Polygon, starting in September,
Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't have a specific date.
Right. Yeah, that
So-
seems about right. I know it's been in closed alpha in PC and probably in the test realm. So, really cool, really exciting. I think it's probably a welcome mechanic, welcome new game mode that actually forces you to do something else. So I'm interested to see what people do with it.
It'll be neat if we can play. We probably will.
Yep.
It'll be a good time. But moving on to our most anticipated topic of the day. Precipitated topic of the day.
Yes, precipitation.
Destiny 2. Yeah. We've been playing the crap out of Destiny 2.
Boy, howdy. I am already ashamed at how much I've played it. And I didn't even get to play this weekend. I was gone all weekend with my family, so you got to get all caught up on your alts.
I did.
Well, caught up. You way surpassed me there with your alts.
I did pass on the alts. I mean, you're past me now. Well, your alts aren't, but...
No. Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on it.
But I do have an article from Eurogamer with some quick stuff before we're just going to do some kind of opinion pieces on Destiny. Physical sales are down for Destiny 1 in the UK.
Yep.
Officially. Only in the UK, officially. And it's only physical sales.
Yep.
So this is not like all sales for Destiny are down. And if you've been playing Destiny, you know that because you're running into tons and tons and tons of people. But with the qualifiers on this, it's only on 2 consoles.
Yep.
Destiny 1 launched on PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, and Xbox One.
That's true. I forgot about that.
So there was 4 consoles when it launched.
Mm-hmm.
Digital games were not as big a deal.
Nope. That's true.
When that happened.
Sales were much smaller than for digital.
It was very much like a larger slice of the pie was physical sales.
Yep. And I'm sure it still is to an extent now. But
But I'd imagine like if back then it was like 20% were digital, now it's like 40% are digital.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I went digital last time, and I knew that I didn't want to be getting up and changing the disc all the time. That's primarily the reason I went digital this time.
I feel like that's really pretty much the only reason to go digital at this point.
Yeah, there's not a huge
I'm
benefit
so lazy.
Otherwise. Yeah.
Like it's cool to have the boxes and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm running out of room on the shelf on my entertainment stand.
Well, see, my boxes, they don't even sit down here. They sit like up the stairs because I don't have room for them. Like, because if we had them down here, my son would play with them and destroy them and just ruin everything. So they go upstairs, they sit there, and then that means like I have to climb stairs to go get a new game and come down. I'm not doing that.
No.
It's stupid. At least for you, it's in the same room.
Yeah. I don't have any stairs.
You can almost throw it at the PS4 and get it in there.
Not that I've tried that
today.
But Destiny also noting that the PC release of Destiny is not out.
Yep,
not that will count for many, if any, physical sales of the game.
Well, that's true.
I highly doubt that. I mean, who's buying physical games for PC?
No, I don't even know if they have them. Honestly, I think
they do.
I think what I was reading somewhere is that even if you like pre-ordered on something like Amazon, it was still like they would give you a code. It's still like there was. I don't think there is a physical.
Give you a
copy
BattleNet code.
Well, because it's all going through BattleNet, so I don't think that there's a physical thing for it.
I had a friend tell me because he plays World of Warcraft, and so you get like BattleNet Gold or whatever.
Yeah.
So he could like get Destiny for free with his BattleNet like built up currency. I was like, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, their in-game currency can go to the stuff, and the problem is they have so few like things you can buy that are like other games. You know, Blizzard doesn't exactly have a lot of stuff, but it is cool.
But now they have Destiny.
Exactly, now they have Destiny.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of people could be waiting, and getting it on PC instead of on the console. I know a lot of people on Reddit are saying that. Now, you're talking about a very small slice of the game and a very small slice of those same people saying that.
Yeah.
So it could be very minuscule, but. There's a lot of factors, not to make excuses. Physical sales are down. Who knows why? They said it was, I think it was about 57.
Less than half.
It was like 57%.
Yeah, so there was like 175,000? Yeah, 175,000 physical copies sold at this point for Destiny 2. And last year, it was like 200 and...
I mean, for the first one.
Nope, for this one. The first one was like 250,000 were sold.
So it could be one of many factors.
Yep, but Destiny did tweet out over the weekend that D2 had 1.2 million concurrent players.
That's stupid.
So
it's stupid.
It is doing fine.
I can't.
If you were worried about it, don't be.
It is an interesting fact. The sales number it's got so far in the UK still puts it in the top 10 for this year.
Yeah,
and it's been like less than a week, so that's pretty good in my book. So we'll see. Time will tell. The US hasn't released their sales figures. They don't often do that. Right away.
And we were reading like if you ever just want to see like the scum on the bottom of the internet's comment sections, go to any of these gaming websites, read an article that you want to read, and then go to the comment section.
Gross! I can't even do it anymore.
You want to talk about just like a pit of
it was
worthless
so
humanity.
Bad, it made me want to stop playing Destiny 2. That's how bad it was. Like it was awful.
I just like there was one guy that commented was like, I don't know what's so big, like why they're putting up. It was on Eurogamer, so like I don't know why they're putting like this is the second Destiny article today. No one's even gonna buy the game. I'm
what
like,
a joke.
Excuse me. Like
yeah,
millions of people bought this game.
Yeah, no big deal.
What are you talking about? It's just like uninformed, ignorant yelling.
Which I get. Don't read the comment section. Even when I told you about it, you're like, yeah, don't read the comment section. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just funny like seeing something on that big because like YouTube comments can be pretty toxic.
Yeah.
But man, article comments
Mm-hmm.
are just the worst.
I'm glad. Well, because I use MSN as a homepage, and they had their comments connected to Facebook for the last couple of years, and it was awful. And then you go see somebody's profile and see how awful they were. So like 6 months ago, they disabled comments, and so like when you scroll down to where the comments would be, it's like we turned off comments for our articles until we can find a better way to drive the social interaction with people that love our website or whatever. Yeah, and it's like that's what happens. But anyways,
Comments are always a vocal
Destiny.
minority, and they're always
so
noisy.
sales are great, but not great, but awesome. But who cares? It's not
Physical
really that
sales aren't
important.
great. Digital sales are probably doing just fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I don't care.
I think even in physical sales, like that's still a good
I'm
number.
curious
it's
if
just down from Destiny
I'm
1.
curious if it counts the pre-orders all in that same time period. If the
Yeah.
pre-orders come before that, I'm sure the pre-orders count now, but just a question mark.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see like final sales numbers in a couple weeks.
All right,
well,
so non-spoiler
yeah,
thoughts.
there will be no spoilers. in
We're
this,
going
we
to
hope.
try.
If there is, we'll probably just edit it out. Should probably
That's true.
we can do that. This is not a live streamed podcast.
That's true. All right, so just overall thoughts. We have both finished Story of Destiny.
Yep.
I would say time-wise, playing this main missions and then playing some of the side stuff along with it, it was probably 20 hours. I would say
Yeah, probably. We
the
play,
main story
we
missions.
play a lot of side stuff.
Yeah, the main mission was probably like 10 to 12 hours. I would say. So don't
Yeah,
expect
so
this huge
if you
Horizon Zero
play-
Dawn campaign.
If you play like we do, never let it be said that we let a side quest go by.
Yeah.
We did finish it, and on each planet, you have they're called adventures. So there's a bunch of things to do on each planet, but little adventures are like little bitty stories you can play and
Yeah.
hop in and do. And so like you run in the beginning of the game, there's like 3 or 4 adventures per planet.
At the very beginning, it gets a lot more.
Yeah, you get more as you go, but at the beginning in the story section, there's like 3 or 4 adventures per planet. We've been playing like I guess we didn't play on the last 2.
Yeah, that's because we were trying to.
Yeah,
push
but
the
on my
original
alt,
story.
I've been like I started on Friday morning with my warlock. Maybe an hour in.
Yeah.
An hour in is when you can start playing with other people.
Yeah.
You finish like the first 2 story missions
You
basically.
get to the social space, you unlock.
Yep. Once you get to the social space, you do a
vendors and
mission
stuff.
after you get to the social. No, you don't. Yeah, you do. No, you don't.
Yeah, you mission,
Whatever.
mission, social space, another mission. Then you can play
Yeah.
with people.
Yep.
Because you can
So-
join fire teams, but you can't start any activities.
Cannot go
That's
anywhere.
what we did.
But so I did that. So I started from that point where I could start playing with other people.
Yeah.
And from there, I went through the next 2 planets full of story and adventures.
Yeah.
And
You're
I just
maxed out.
haven't gone to the next. Yeah, I've done all the adventures and the stories and some what's called lost sectors, which are another like quests within the planet.
Yep.
To do. So
Yep, it is. It's very detailed. I think that's the thing that struck me about it. When you played Destiny 1, when you go to patrol zones, you had 4 planets you could go to, and they all had different patrol zones. But you had little beacons you go to and pick up, and you had planetary materials. And that was pretty much it. You
Yep.
have like public events too. Public events weren't mapped on the map. You'd have to use a third-party website or just happen to stumble upon them.
which was about 60% reliable.
Right. Mainly because it was user sourced, and then when people would
Yeah.
go and
That's not the fault.
they would just
like
they would just like not report the public event that they were experiencing. So it's like, oh, I guess that one's a false one, and you check it off, and it get worse and worse as it goes on. No one's fault, except ours. And now you've got you jump in there. You don't have patrols right away, which is nice.
No. Yeah.
You unlock those later through a logical progression. Not too tedious. If you guys played
really.
Destiny 1, Taken King, when you go to the Dreadnought and you have to do a few things in order to unlock patrols, is kind of similar to that. And so, there's just so much to do. I mean, we found ourselves like you'd start the story mission, you'd start going, and then you'd turn over here and do this quest. You turn over here and find this lost sector, and you turn over here and look for this chest, and then you'd see a public event starting, and then you pull up your mini map, and then you have fast travel points all over the mini map, and you can go to these sections, and you can go here and look at these things on the map, and stuff's constantly improving and resetting, and so.
Yeah.
Come back a couple days later, there's more adventures. I came back after being gone for like 3 days, and I had a little a buff that said "well rested," and I got 3 times the amount of experience for the next 3
It's
levels
like per character
when I went
because
up.
we have characters that we play together.
Yeah.
So you're a warlock and my hunter. Like
Yeah.
we play those characters together through the story,
Mhm.
and that's what like those are like our main characters.
Yeah.
And so I was playing with my warlock all weekend.
Mhm.
So Friday into Sunday evening when you got back home.
Yeah.
And so when I pulled up my hunter, he was also arrested because it hadn't played for
2 or 3
the same
days.
amount of time.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's just, one of those little quality of life things.
It's a little thing.
So there's a ton to do, and maybe it'll feel repetitive, but there's so much more going on that's new and
Yeah.
fresh and constantly changing. The way you can do public events is different, and there's like heroic versions of them you can do by triggering certain events in them. All that stuff you
Yeah.
find out very quickly.
I'm sure it will get
as soon as you
repetitive, but it's
jump
going
in.
to take a lot longer to get there than it
Oh,
did
yeah.
before.
Yeah, and it's awesome, and it makes me want to go. Like the story is awesome. If you played the first one, the story was
Non-existent.
non-existent. There was no.
It was
especially,
background.
especially in the first. There was no direction. You couldn't even tell where you were going in the first one. They didn't add quests
No.
until like 2 years later. It improved in the end, but it was still just the same story.
Yeah.
But this one, the story just drew us in right away. It was really good. It didn't feel too drawn out. It felt very succinct. It offered teasers to what's coming next, which was really
That's good.
exciting. If you guys play it, let us know what you think about the last scene. I don't know. It was everything that I expected it to be. There's a couple things, a little weird, like shaders are now like on each piece of your
They're
gear,
consumable.
which is cool, but they're
Yeah.
one-time consumable. You get a bunch of them at once, and so you don't just throw on one shader and then go and then switch back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
That's
People
been
were complaining about
Been
it.
a big point of controversy because there's
but-
some people that are like, I heard a point that like, oh, some people when they hopped in with certain groups, like clan, like if their clan all went and raided, just as a thing they did, they'll put on the same shader.
Yeah.
And they'd go in and play like that or do whatever. It's like, oh yeah, that's kind of a fun thing you miss out on.
Yep.
And if you spend money, if you buy silver, which is the like you can purchase silver with real world currency, and then it's in-game currency at that point.
Yeah.
And you don't like buy the specific shader you want. You buy a pack that could be
They
kind of
could
any
have
shader.
shaders. Yeah.
But I think there's a chance that you can break it down into
Silver dust.
it's
bright
not silver,
dust?
bright dust. Bright dust
Yeah.
is pretty sure what it is. You can do bright dust, and then there's some specific things you can buy. Like I just bought like the shuffle dance.
Yep. Well, you can break down ships and
Yeah.
get bright dust from it. So I read a counterpoint on it that it's almost like keeping you from buying silver dust. Like you're less likely to buy silver because you're getting bright Ingrams every time you level up past 20. Every
Yeah.
single time you get one, gives you the same stuff as the one you buy, and you don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
So
So
there's
the
plenty of
incentive is there
avenues.
to get it
Yeah.
in the game. So when in Destiny 1, when silver was introduced, there was no way to get it in game.
Yeah.
It was you either buy silver or when holidays rolled around, you get like a Halloween package and a
Yeah.
Thanksgiving one and a Christmas one and an Easter one and like this stuff.
Right.
And it's like, it's boring. It's the pumpkin head. It's
Yeah.
the Santa hat, whatever.
So it's interesting. There's been a little bit of controversy, but we're like 6 days into the game. I think we
Yeah.
need to get to end game. We need to play it. We need to experience a little bit, and then make some quality of life adjustments.
What's the thing I saw on Reddit was like, can we all just stop and
Yeah.
like appreciate the fact that one-use shaders are the biggest complaint we have about this game right now?
Right. Yeah. Like it's. I think maybe they'll tweak it. I think what I'd like to see is once you get a shader, you unlock it, and then you switch off of it. Then you can go back and buy the shader
Yeah.
again for some like make it like high glimmer, like 5,000 or 10,000, whatever. I don't
Yeah.
care. Then I can get it back.
At this point, it can be
Glimmer's
20,000
really
or-
easy to get. The limit, we don't think there's a limit.
I think the limit's technically 99,999.
because it just like has a
Because
plus.
it hit a
symbol.
plus sign, but as soon as I spent some, it
It
dropped.
just dropped right
So I was
down.
like, I
Okay.
put the plus sign.
So, which is fine. I mean, the previous limit was 25,000. So use Glimmer for that. I get that everyone's like, oh, but then Activision doesn't make any money off of it, and that's the whole point. I'm like, I mean, you're kind of splitting hairs. Like, so I think we'll see as it goes on.
Activision's going to make their money from DLC and
Yeah.
other random gear that we're all going to buy. Like,
Yep.
Case
There's
in
all-
point,
All sorts of stuff.
I bought this Destiny koozie because
Yep.
I saw it.
I'm looking for Rockstar. We're both looking for Rockstar so we can get some XP codes
Yep.
and
I'm going to get some Pop
stuff
Tarts this
like
next
that.
grocery trip.
yeah, you should.
Hey, speaking of things you may not know, while we're talking about Destiny, they partnered up. We talked about this several weeks ago,
Yeah.
but they partnered up with. I guess they'd be partnered up with Pop Tarts and Rockstar.
Yeah.
These would be Kellogg's.
Yeah.
but-
Kellogg's.
So if you buy any kind of Pop Tarts
Yep.
at Target,
Doesn't just have the you don't have to have the promo image on it. Any because I bought an 8-pack of strawberry Pop Tarts. Pretty much any 8-pack or 12-pack you find, you take a picture of your receipt and you send it into Kellogg's, and you can either text it or you can send it in an email. And then when I texted in, I got a reply back right away. Said, okay, we're verifying. Then like 3 days later, I
Yeah.
got my codes, and I got a code for an XP bonus, and then I got a code for a Sparrow. You only get Sparrow once, and the Sparrow doesn't come until you beat the story.
yeah, that's another change to the game. Which not really. That's not spoilers.
No, you don't start off.
You,
With a
you don't
sparrow.
start with a sparrow. So you're running around like the first map you go to, which has been teased forever, the European Dead Zone.
Yep.
The first map you go to is huge.
Mhm.
It's like I feel like it's twice the size of Earth
At least
in the old game.
At least it's massive.
And it's one of the things that we talked about back when they stopped producing the PS3. It was like these are the things we can do. We don't have to like bring these old consoles along with us. We're not dragging dead consoles with us. It's like, hey, we don't have to make it so you can hold it. Like we
Right.
can make it for the PS4. And
Yeah.
there's a little part of me that worries, like, okay, what can we do with the Pro and the One X that we can't do with
Right.
the One and the
Which
PS4?
thankfully, the way the developers are thinking
Yeah.
and doing it, and the way that Sony let out guidelines, I'm sure Microsoft did the same way. It's like has to be the same experience.
Yeah.
Just needs improved graphics.
You can
so
just
that's
you
nice.
can run it at 4K on the Pro and the X.
Yep.
And you just can't do that on the PS4, which I'm fine with.
Yeah. It's reasonable.
But yeah, you are running around these worlds, and so you get pretty familiar with them as you're
Mhm.
running around. And
At
you
least
just kinda-
parts of 'em,
Yeah,
yeah.
parts of them. You find out perks. Like I found out one of my hunter perks increases my movement speed.
we
So
can't go. We can't go anywhere together.
as you
We
go
can't.
somewhere, like I just run and start catching you. So I
You
started
just
doing
like just shoot
started
past
doing
me. It's
the-
ridiculous.
Well, I also got like when we finished the story, I got a pair of exotic boots that increase your mobility. so
Stupid.
So like I started doing the Captain America thing. I'd run up and be like, pass it on your left.
Like running backwards like some kind of tool.
I'd stop and turn around and be like, oh hey.
It's ridiculous. I mean, stupid warlock.
Like
just-
after playing my
floofing
Warlock and my
around.
Titan, I'm like, I hop into my Hunter. Like I feel like I'm running around this world at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah. So bottom line, it's really good. We're probably gonna do some gameplay of it. We don't really know. It's still hard to tear ourselves away to do anything else at this point.
Yeah.
That's where we're struggling.
So
So,
if-
it's
Starting in by like Friday or next Tuesday, you see like a bunch of Destiny Let's Plays from us. That's why we will just become a
Just
Destiny
e-
channel. And I'm
just
100%
easier.
okay with that.
just easier to play.
We'll just
It's-
we'll be Destiny Let's Plays and podcasts.
There you go. It's it's really good. If you guys want to hear more about it, let us know. We can talk more in depth about stuff. We
I
can
think
get
it might be fun to do a
we could do some spoiler
yeah
stuff.
spoiler
next time.
cast.
Yeah, we could
of
do some
Destiny.
more stuff and talk about it. It would be like entirely Destiny.
Yes, it
If
would.
you guys want to see that, let us know below. You can get your thoughts. We can get our theories going about different things we saw
Yes.
and thought, things we
Found a really
thought-
cool article today. If
questions
you
we had
finish
about-
Destiny and you're okay with spoilers, which if you finish Destiny, there are no spoilers.
True.
If you finish Destiny, head over to Eurogamer. Should we put it in the links?
Yeah, we'll put it in the link
We
below.
put it
I'll
in the
tag,
links.
like spoilers.
Yeah, I'll go find it. We'll put it in the links. Head down, read that article.
some
It's
interesting
really
theories.
good. Some good theories, some things that pointed out I didn't realize.
It's stuff I remember seeing when we were talking about when Destiny 1 was out and we were seeing some stuff for that. So I
Yeah.
remember it. It makes sense to me. I'm good with it. All right, so that's going to do it for Destiny. It's going to bring us to our last
Our last topic.
Yeah.
Our last topic. Our always last topic. If you do you mind, guys?
Dogs just
The
going
dogs are like going nuts in the background. If you've never watched our show before or never made it this far in the show, we always wrap the show up doing the drop. So if you know what the drop is the weekly release of PlayStation games put out on Monday evening by one Ryan Clements
Mm-hmm.
from PlayStation on the PlayStation blog.
He does it well.
And we just kind of read through, talk about games, read descriptions, try to figure out what the games are,
Mhm.
you know, that kind of thing.
Very typical stuff you would do at home.
Exactly.
But we do it
So-
for you.
Yeah, leading the charge, Baja Edge of Control HD.
Oh.
Yep. So Baja Edge of Control HD is the carefully remastered version of the original off-road racer from 2008
Wow. I've
and
been
contains
waiting for
more
it.
than 1,000 miles of the toughest terrain, including the steepest mountains, thickest mud, and deepest canyons known to man.
It's ridiculous. It's like the most 2000 like
Deepest
cliche.
canyons
cliche.
in the world.
All right,
Check Clarkson anymore?
Bloody Zombies, PlayStation VR. Fight the undead plague across the ruins of London using refined freeform combat, taking down a variety of mutated zombies. All right, so yeah, we've never heard of that
Yeah,
game.
what's that
before.
about, James? Moving on. This game looks adorable or awful. Butter and Friends Babysitter Sim.
Don't even. It's not even worth reading the description. That's freaking ridiculous. Dishonored's got some standalone DLC here. Death of the
Ooh.
Outsider. If you've played Dishonored, you know who the Outsider is. If you haven't, well, you probably shouldn't be playing this. This won't really connect.
It
for
won't make
you.
any sense. It'd be like playing
So,
Freedom Cry
You
without
know,
having played
you're
any
a
Assassin's Creed
supernatural
before.
assassin taking on the role of notorious Billy Lurk. Oh, that's a girl. Okay. As she reunites with her mentor Dodd in order to pull off the greatest assassination. I haven't finished Dishonored. I have the
I
first
didn't
one.
finish Dishonored when I played the first one on PS3.
Yeah, PS3.
So
So I've got it. I play through it occasionally, but it's a tough game for me because it relies on stealth, but it doesn't force you to do stealth, but
Yeah.
you're greatly rewarded for doing stealth.
Yep.
I just like to murder. So, and I don't do it quietly. It's like, what do you mean
Go ahead.
stab? I just don't need a gun.
Take that whole section from I like to murder to not quietly. Just put that in a folder somewhere.
Yeah.
Mark it for attorneys. Dream Break. Dream Break is an Dream Break is an adventure set in the alternative post-Cold War USSR, a quirky and unique mix of clashing gameplay genres.
No.
Hey James, what's that about?
No. I'm not. No. Who wants a game in post-Cold War USSR? Is this like a place where they like have won? This is ridiculous. It's stupid. No. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Get over here. It's a fast-paced battle arena game. Choose one of the 12. No. I've played 1,000 battle arena games. I don't need another
okay.
one.
Now I get it. Inside and Limbo double pack.
Yep.
I was like, what the heck is this? It's just literally box art.
Inside Limbo.
It's
They're
box
basically
art
the
from
same
both
game,
the
right?
games. What is this?
Oh no.
This looks amazing. Maze.
Maze.
Maize. Maze is what happens when two scientists misinterpret a memo from the U.S. government and end up creating sentient corn. And did we mention the angry, condescending Russian robotic teddy bear or the unhinged albino cornstalk with an underbite? It's a lot to take in.
I don't even know
What is this about?
Oh, it's
I don't understand.
ridiculous. There you go. NASCAR.
Does this not link to the PlayStation Store anymore? I just want to look at this game on the store.
It just goes to Flickr. We'll have to go look into it because that sounds insane. VR game I don't care about. NASCAR Heat 2, most authentic and intense stock car and truck racing of all time. Your analog stick will never be the same again.
I bet not.
It will always stay to the left. That wasn't in there. I added that on my own, guys. NBA Live 18 finally drops.
Oh, that comes out.
If you haven't already, the NBA 2K18, the Prelude demo came out last week.
Oh.
So I have it downloaded. I just haven't started it. Oh,
Hello,
hi.
dog.
Hi, Doge.
A big one?
Hey there. Yeah.
That's not that Let's Play
Thank you.
puppy. We have, well, I guess you probably couldn't see her.
Hey, could you sit down any harder, 25-pounder?
Little mini dachshund that's the Let's Play
Jeez.
puppy, and then the other one that's always asleep when
Yep.
we're making Let's Plays.
So NBA Live 18 drops 9/15. NHL 18 also drops September 15th. It's if you had NHL 17, it's kind of like that, but different. Planet of the Eyes, an atmospheric narrative platformer. Ooh, a narrative platformer.
Oh!
Two things that don't go together. Service robot stranded on mysterious planet. Oh, so it's Wall-E. Okay.
Manifest 99. PSVR. Manifest 99 is an ominous and eerie VR story set on a train rumbling through the afterlife. Whoa. Accompanied by a murder of crows and 4 mysterious child companions, you must uncover the reason why they and you are on this train traveling into the great beyond.
Sounds like
Beyond!
Murder on the Orient Express or whatever. And seems like a weird thing.
Pez.
PES 2018. It's more soccer, less teams. That's PES.
Exactly.
It's a soccer joke for all of you that
Zing.
prefer FIFA because they have more licenses.
Tooth and Tail. PS4 Digital. Lead the revolution with an army of flame-throwing boars, mustard gas lobbing skunks, and paratrooper puking owls.
What?
Punk owls would be way cooler, I will point out.
I don't know. I mean, owls that puke paratroopers is something I'd like to see.
Truth. Tooth and Tail is a real-time strategy game. Done. Don't need to read anymore.
Never mind.
Never mind. It's going to be awful and terrible.
Transcripted twin-stick shooter and match 3
Oh.
with its twisted mechanics
Oh.
and original story.
Oh, check that out. VR carts.
Yeah,
Let you
VR
guys put that
carts.
together.
Checkered Flag is about to drop on a new VR racing experience. Get in the driver's seat of your own customized cart.
Poor
Boy,
dude.
it's not an
I
awful.
was like poking down to like just underneath the drop. There's like PlayStation Music video and view.
Yep.
So like the soundtrack comes out, which who cares?
Just if you'd like to
Baby
be
Driver's
scared.
coming out on PlayStation Video.
Hey,
That's
there
a
you
movie I
go.
wanted to see.
I do want to see that movie. I'm not going to get it on PlayStation Video
No.
because I'd like to.
I have common sense.
Yeah, I'll go to Family Video for that, or Redbox in a 6 months or something.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the drop.
That's it.
Nothing-
And that's the show.
Nothing too
Um,
crazy.
Guys,
Oops, I didn't do it. I didn't mean to do that. I was doing so
Anyways,
good.
Guys, thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Let us know what you thought in the comments below or tweet at us on Twitter.
At
IR
Games.
Games.
There
I
you
was
go.
trying to think of like, do I say tweet at us on Twitter or just say tweet at us at IR Games?
Twitter at us on the tweet twat.
You know, tweet had been sung to the thing. All
Do
right.
the tweet.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Bye.
Bye.